And we're live. One more time. How many more times? As many as they can shove out of me. If you haven't realized that. They juice me up just to fucking pour it all out. Pour some juice. I am your channel to the nonsense. I am the High Priestess Phoenix, spiritual healer, teacher, shaman, seer, oracle, light worker, starseed, earth angel, mystic, medium, psychic, witch, yogi, guru. Oh God, evangelist, North American Sybil. I am your messenger of God. Oh God. God always has so much to talk about, bro. You know, it's a never-ending conversation, and you're like, are you done? But are you done? But are you done? No, he's never done, bro. Like, shut up. In essence, there's more to talk about. What are we talking about tonight? Well, do you guys know that I have this box called Pandora's Box that holds all of these fucking books and shit, right? And when I fucking open that motherfucker, all this shit starts piling in my head. And it started out with, I just want to know what's going on. And that went too far. Where to go from there? Psychic development. I opened this, and then we were talking to the animals. So then they were like, well, talk about the animals, okay? And then they're like, tell about this one. I can't find these fucking cards anywhere. And that leads to the aliens. Aliens. What? For real, bro, right? Fuck. I'm supposed to make that connection for you. No, the connection happened inside of me, and I'm supposed to pour it all out on you. Oh, gosh. Cool, are you ready? Let's start with, shout-outs and prayer requests and all that shit, right? So, I saw, God, do we have to go that far back? Alright. Let's talk about what I posted in my community page. Let's just clean all that up real quick so that I can bring some sense to that nonsense. I had heard some videos before I went to bed, a fucking bunch of these fucking videos of my fucking tarot. All of them are always saying the same whole ass shit. This person wants to come in and they're tied to a third party. Well, realistically, I only have a couple of losers that are tied to fucking bitches, bro. So it's really simplistic to eliminate the nonsense and know who they're talking about. And I'm listening to it, and something clicks to me in these particular videos, bro. It happened to me outside, and something happened, but then the change of energy came, and it was like an ego death, a brief one, and then it changed real quick. And I didn't face it just happened, right? What was it? I don't know. I was just listening to the fucking nonsense, bro. I think it was like, I don't know, by like the fifth one, I was like, they're like, this person is, you know, I don't know. What is it? What did you see? I saw something that I'm not part of. I never was supposed to be part of none of this. In essence. The bigger, higher scheme of what I saw was, perhaps I was just trying to save them from their karma. Realistically, yeah. I don't know. I was looking at this situation, right? You look at all of my dudes that are in these fucked up ass marriages and shit. That's their karma, bro. It's their karma. I can't break them out of their karma. I tell them all the fucking time it's their karma. So then you go into someone like, you go into, you know, Russ and Bobby, and that's what was shown to me, right? It's like, bro, I can't save you from your bullshit ass fucking relationships with your family and friends. No more than I can save fucking Lewis from fucking, you know what I mean, his destruction or anybody else's. But I come in trying my hardest. I gave it my best. In essence, bro, I looked back. This is how it was. I heard all these messages, and then when I woke back up, that was what was live in my head. I woke up, and what happened? I saw the image. There's pictures of Bobby and his wife on the internet way back when, you know, dating back to like 2018. Nothing new, just those old-ass pictures before she was his wife. And you look at this big-ass scheme, and you're like, his life was already fucked, dude. You were just trying to get him out of a fucked-up life. He made that commitment to that fucked-up life, and that's his fucking contract. And if you look at that, And you look at Russ's, you know, commitment to his fucked up ass contract. You look at fucking, you know what I mean, Royce's commitment to his fucked up ass contract, and fucking Lewis with his real fucked up ass contract. And then fucking, you know, you look at fucking Kanye and his fucked up ass contracts and all this. I can't save you from your fucking own desires. You desire this, bro. You want this in your life. This brings you happiness. In essence, like, bro, that's what God said. He's like, this is what happy is for them. They chose this for themselves. You really did. And as I sit here and I tell you that that's not what happiness looks like, you try to shove it down my face that this is happiness. And God says, that's what makes them happy. That could never make you happy. Let them be happy in what makes them happy. And that's really what it is. You know, a lot of these videos, they're always talking about, you can listen to any twin flame reader or any love reading, and it's like, oh, this person, if it's attached to another person, they make him out to be a spineless little bitch that can't leave this person. And some of them are actual marriages and shit like that, but what the fuck? I mean, in essence, I don't want any of that. I want my own. I don't want to fight for something that isn't mine. And it wasn't about that. It was fighting for your freedoms. And I put myself in the way of all that shit. In essence, like, that's what came up at the first thing. I was like, oh. Then after that, I saw that Justin Bieber was indeed said something about he was detoxing. And I was extremely excited for him. Why? Because that's been my message all weekend. We started that message on Thursday about trying to say no to alcohol or whatever it might be. And here he comes on Sunday on the sun and says, I'm trying. Try. You can do this. This is a hard battle, bro. Many people have had that battle, bro. I hope you win. I hope you win. And so that was a great moment, too. So you take the bad with the good and you get to wherever the fuck I am right now. And that's really what it is. I just kind of look at it. It's like, you know, the reason it's so hard for them to walk away is because it's really a life that they love. It's not hard to walk away from something that doesn't make you happy. Does that make sense? So in essence, it's like, what we may think on the outside when we see things, we can't judge what we perceive as happiness on other people. We can't project that. And that's been a lot of the battle between me and Russ, is him trying to project, no, I'm happy. My life is great. I've worked hard for this greatness, and it brings me all happiness and all joy. And I'm like, well, in essence, what am I fighting then? What am I fighting for? Your happiness? When you're apparently, you know what I mean, in the sense of, when there's other people over there, like Justin Bieber and other people that are really searching for happiness, that haven't found it in this minor arcana shit that you've found it in. You know what I mean? Like Daddy Yankee, where he had to make some fucking serious ass decisions and turn away and turn to God. You know what I mean? Other people having to walk away from industries and walk away from communities and walk from, you know, there's us and there's you, and do you, boo-boo, is how I feel about it. If you go back to the situation with me and Bobby, he made you know what I mean? If that's what it is. And that's your karma. You signed up for this shit. You're good with it. As much as it makes me hurt and cry for Lewis to sit there, you know, having a loser experience year after year, it's the same kind of pain I project on all of them, the same as I project to all of them. It's like, dude, I feel your lack of love and joy and zest and excitement. But it doesn't make me lack any. A part of me feels that you're more deserving of life, and I try to force you to find that which you don't, I don't want to say deserve or care to pursue on your own. That's how I look at it, how I looked at it, and that's what I mean. It was a very big ego death. I was just listening to these videos, and there's lots of them. They're with the third party. They're with a third party. Party on. How is it a third party? I feel like I'm the third party, and I don't want to be part of any of this. This is your life. Why am I part of your fucking life? What do I have to do with any of this? You know what I mean? I can take my feelings for you and enjoy them and, know that's how I feel for you and go on. And, that's what it is. God said that since the very beginning. Love them. This is unconditional love, bro. Love them until it hurts. Never stop loving them. Just go on and love more. We're not supposed to, when it hurts, start hating them and start denying them love and start, talking all bad about them and all of that. We're supposed to just, when it hurts, just move on. It hurts too much to love you. So it's time for me to move on. In that essence, it's like, it shouldn't hurt to love somebody. It really just shouldn't. It shouldn't be painful to try to express your love to a person and then deny it or reject it or stomp on it. That's conditional, bro. It shouldn't feel like that. That's not what love is. So, in essence, it's just like, I'm not part of that twin flame journey where I'm like sitting around waiting for someone to leave a karmic. And that's what he said to me. That fucker. It's like, why does somebody have to lose their life for you to feel loved? Bro, I am so loved by the entire fucking universe all the time, and all like I sit here all day and they just tell me how great I am and how much they love me and they want to talk about every fucking thing under the fucking world. I'm super loved. I assumed that you were searching for a higher level of love since you went outside of your marriage. As far as Russ, he literally casted me into a fucking third party bullshit, bro. I promise you, I've got the videos to prove it and all my twin flames. This motherfucker hid that bitch for a whole year. At least, how long? I was talking to him right after he left Denver. And then he quit his tour. I was talking to him during that fucking time. And then he started writing songs identifiably as early as, because he was writing about me and fucking Bobby, was Can't Get This Right. Then he wrote Give Me Love. Then he wrote fucking Nasty. And the shit got rough between us. He didn't stop writing fucking songs to me. But then when later on, the pictures show that that's when she came in. And he did not show that he was dating this woman, and neither did she, until fucking August 18th of the next year. The 818 portal is when he dropped his Santiago album. And when he dropped that album, he came out with a fucking girlfriend, bro. And it wasn't a girlfriend. God showed me I had to be the dumb bitch that didn't know shit, that he'd been dating this bitch. They were like they were broken up or hiding or not fucking around, but he done brought some girl back and she's part of his new, fucking party, and he built this whole album on all your teachings, and he's a fucking bastard. And I fought, I did every fucking ritual, every cord cutting, everything I could do to get out of this. I wanted no part of this bullshit. What was it, karma for being Lilith? Shut up, go fuck yourself. You're stuck with the karma, I went through mine. That's it. Falmanach couldn't let him go. Hera couldn't let him go. Lilith couldn't. I've done it. Go, be happy. I wish you all the happiness, you and your children. Not really, but go fuck yourself. In the essence of, I'm not fucking with you. It's what I came to learn was these lessons, bro. These very hard lessons, but I had to relive this, bro. What, times 3? Go fuck yourself, God. In the essence of, no divine feminine has any business fucking around with a dude that's fucking a karmic. Because the karmic is their karma, bro. You don't have no business in some dude's karma. You got no business in some guy's karma, bro. It's his karma, bro. That's his karma. Whoever he's with is his karma, bro. And you literally call them karmics, because you know that's his karma. This person is there to fucking teach him fucked up lessons that he's gonna need to learn. All of these twin flames have been nothing but my karma. They done fucking taught me the most fucked up lessons in the universe that I didn't learn in all my eternities. Congratulations. I learned my lesson. Did you? Oh, well, just, go around the mountain 40 more years. Go fuck yourself. In the essence, that's what I got out of it. Really? Yeah, it was real quick, like, it happened so fast, like, it was just like, I ain't part of this. I ain't no part of this. I'm not fighting for no part of this. I don't want no part of this. I didn't even want to be part of this. And that's it, dude. Every fiber of my being wanted Bobby and his fucking wife's situation. When I finally accepted my feelings and just walked in them, I was set free by the Lord. What was it? To identify that you can't control love, that it's God's love, and you must pour it out unconditionally, with no expectation. When it comes upon you, when that feeling of love comes upon you, you must go with it. You have no control over it. How lovely is that? Oh yeah. Oh yeah. You ain't in love, you're in lust. You're in contracts, you're in control. You have love? Nope. Can't control that shit. Fucking destroy your fucking mentality, destroy everything. Marshall, you been in love before? Come on, dude. You haven't even learned any lessons. How are you learning? Why? Because you get to fucking ride my back and learn all my lessons? That's not fair, Whatever. I hope you learned a good lesson. In the essence of, that's what I had to do. They were just my karma. You were just here to teach me fucked up lessons of the past, so I could reclaim my power and learn to, walk away from such weak-ass, fucking low-vibrational-ass bullshit like this. To be a better person than what I used to be and what I used to stand for. Really? Yeah. I'll stand for that shit. And that's what it is. And that's, all glory to God. But yeah, you guys are just, and I said that since the fucking beginning, bro. These fucking stupid-ass twin flames. You haven't even moved through your karma line. You're still on first twin flame. There might be more if you ever evolve through fucking life. Anyways, and then maybe not, because, I'm here integrating all my lives, so all my past life lovers are here. Fucking karma like a motherfucker. Do I get a new one now, after I've done dealt with all these old motherfuckers? Is somebody gonna be on some new love shit? New love. I'm calling in. In essence, I'm not calling in no more karma. Wolfman, you were the last of my karma, bro. That's it. I learned so much from you. What did I learn? About me. I really had to observe you to learn about me. But in the essence, I am all those wands, and I needed to control my wand. Thanks for teaching me that very hard lesson. In essence, no, I just saw that I'm uncontrollable in the bed. That's great. That's okay. But I also realized that I was attracting people that were like me, but not like me. Because you're uncontrollable by your desire, I'm uncontrolled by my love. Completely different subject. You'll fucking give your wand to anyone. Right. Moving on. So I learned lots of shit. I learned how to, anger management through fucking Marshall. I learned fucking how to fucking stand up and take leadership through fucking Royce, since he refused to. I learned how to fucking really control the drive and be, that fucking Lewis is not. I learned how to stop fucking caring about people's acceptance through Russ. I learned to honor my heartache through Ellie. I was able to honor my sexuality with fucking Bobby. And the beat goes on. Bro. And guess what? I'm getting married. I did all of this. did all this. I'm not doing this. And that's it too. You got so much karma still built up inside of you. So many lessons to learn. So many fucking things to heal. You have so many of your own, of this own life that you haven't even faced, let alone past lives or anything that has to do with your family or your actual bloodlines. Just yourself, bro. And I got people out here like, the Beebs that are really trying to fucking, take initiative to take some control and some discipline over his life. And that's where it is we're all at an age where nobody tells us shit. Right, Kanye? Can nobody tell you shit? Well, if nobody can tell you shit, then you're not learning nothing. If nobody can school you, then you're not getting any smarter, bro. And that's where it is. And I said that to Beebs. It's like, sometimes we just need to push, bro. And that's it. It's like, you know, God's pushing you. That's that voice. It's not just inside of you, it's outside of you. And there are people outside of you that want this for you too. And it's not a fucking terrible thing, but it's going to be a hard fight. Bieber's been in fucking drugs and alcohol since he was a fucking baby, bro. Baby. Since that young? Yeah, bro, since that young. This is a big fight for this boy. And he's not a boy, he's a man. And he's got a child. And he's got a legacy, and he's got a career, and he's got a wife, and he's got, you know, his whole life ahead of him. If he doesn't fight this fight, he's already lost. Some of you have different battles that you need to fight, and that's just it too. And then you go looking at Russ as he's about to load up on his fucking, you know, his tour and get super loaded. It's like, you guys don't even fight that fight. You don't even know about fighting yourself and telling yourself no and having that kind of discipline. And that's fine. Whatever. You know what I mean? Standing up to authority. Fucking Lewis Hamilton. The only black man with power won't stand up to power. That goes to you too, Marshall Mathers. All of you have power, and you fucking wasted it. But competing against teenagers. All of you. Tell me I'm not wrong. All of you are competing with new age teenagers. You've gained all this power to compete with teenagers. Right, Kim Kardashian? Quit playing around. You're supposed to lead them, not compete against them. So that when they take that award, they take it in your name. Assholes. Anyways, moving on. So, after you do all that great healing work that we do all week long, after you start healing your brain, right? After you start healing it, and it's not all filled with all that fuzziness that's happened to you, all the shit, and you're not just filled with thoughts and your wants and desires and all this. When you actually leave the context of your brain, you start to get what we call psychic abilities. What's that? You become a spiritual fucking freak. A whole transformer like me. What's that mean? You're connected to the divine. You are, as I said in my earlier video, you are a spiritual healer, a channel, a light worker, a starseed, all that great shit. What happens? Well, science says there's a crystal inside of your head that gets activated. And I guess it makes sense when you're not putting all your energy into your thoughts and it's all just sitting there. I guess it goes into the crystal and the crystal activates. Think about it. Makes sense. That makes perfect sense. You know what I mean? What happens? All kinds of stuff. You know, you start seeing dead people, you start catching, you become aware of what they say is energy. Why do they use the word energy? I don't know. I don't know. I say it's because we live in a technological era, but in that sense, I feel like it's a protective word instead of saying something like spirits or guides or dead people or ancestors or stuff like that, because those are the terminology is what got you hung or killed. It's not what you say, it's how you say it. So everyone says the energy, but if you change the word energy, the spirit in this room is feeling funny. They got a funny spirit on them. I can feel the spirit on all things. I don't know, I feel it in my spirit. Instead of saying energy or intuition or the universe or my guides, and you just kept saying spirit, you'd understand the oneness a lot more. But being that spiritual comes with persecution. It's cool to say vibes and energy and fucking intuition and, you know, the lingo that goes with it. Alright, so when this happens, let's see. This is just like for beginners. Altered states of consciousness is what happens. I didn't read any of this. I just got this book. We haven't read anything. Altered states of consciousness. In my very first video, when I faced my very first tower, I said, guys, You've watched me work through the consciousness for weeks now, and now I've tapped into some unconscious stuff. And that's where I started to get intuition and start to see visions, and I started to hear people. Pac, I don't think, was there yet. But in that very first video, I start telling people, you know what I mean? This is outside of consciousness. All right, defined altered states of consciousness. Discuss how you can achieve these altered states of consciousness and use them to direct the enrichment of your life. Takes you to an excursion of your mind. Exercise 1. So it's all about teaching you. After that, it's sharpening your 5 senses. A series of 6 exercises to physically sensitize your seeing, hearing, touching, smelling, and tasting senses. Where did mine come from? Okay, so the mind, when I woke up, the mind was crazy. There was a lot going on in there. As I said, there was multiple personalities, multiple consciousnesses arguing. Not always, but mostly. Always, going at each other and stuff like that. So I sat there, I would just sit and listen to my thoughts. This is the biggest part of it. And I would, as time came, I started to, work with them, and I started to integrate them. And then, as the story says, I went to Mother Cabrini's shrine, and then they silenced. My whole mind went quiet. Absolutely quiet. Not a thought of my own in there. Just absolute quiet. That's when my senses turned on real heavy. My focus became on my body because, and it's still right now, there's not a thought in there. There's not until something pops in there. It's absolute silence. I don't have reoccurring thoughts. I don't have visions. I don't have memories. Sentences don't pop in. None of that shit. It's the void. It's literal darkness. In the beginning, it scared the shit out of me. I cried. I was scared. The only thing guiding me, my only guiding system, was inside of me. I had no friends, no family, nobody to tell me what to do but my mind, and that's all it did since I woke up, was telling me what to do, and I would follow it, and then I started fighting it. And then I started, that was the whole thing, listening to all these consciousness and working with them. And then they just shut the fuck up. It was absolute quiet. At first it was just beautiful peace, but then they never came back. And I was just sitting in quiet all the time. There wasn't a thought that ever popped in my head. I just sat in quiet all the time. Darkness. Like, I would look at things and no thoughts. And that's how it is. I don't have a preconceived thought about anything. I'm taking it in fully. And as I take it in, it will build an emotion inside of me. And that's where the feelings come from, right? So that's how I do body mapping. So there's no thoughts. And when there's no thoughts, it's just quiet. I sit in a place of absolute silence inside. And then the body feels weird. And then I can sense that. So that's how my senses started to really, that's how they got real intense. But I used them from the inside before I started to feel everything on the outside. As they began to really pick up, I can remember, it used to be horrible. I would lay in bed, and that's the worst time, when you wake up before you can ground yourself in it. You travel through all the realms, and you can hear them. You can hear everything as you're getting back into your body. Like, I don't know, the waking process is the worst. I hear everything. But I can remember it used to be so bad. I just asked for the quiet one more time. Just please be quiet. Just please be quiet. I was so used to the quietness. And then when I got outside of myself, I could hear everything of the world. I could hear conversations. I can still, right now, I can sense the colors of the lights on the street. I could tell you how many cars are on the street that's outside of my building. I can tell you how many people are walking in and out of the front door and which elevators are moving. Why are those things? Because those are the things that are pulling me right now. I'm seeing them. I'm seeing them in my head. I'm literally astral traveling. I can see the street from sitting right here. I can see the front door, you know what I mean? I can see my surroundings and everything that's moving in it. How do I see it? I feel it. I can feel it, and then I can see it. Are you serious? Swear, bro, the senses are terrible. When I tell you I can see your thoughts, I can fucking see your thoughts. When I tell you I can feel your pain, I can fucking feel it. I'm fine, bro. I feel nothing. Zero. And then I get next to you and I can feel everything. And if I look at you, I can see it too. I can feel your frustration. I can feel your anger. I can feel your sadness. I can feel your worry. Most people can even read it on you. They don't even have to be as energetic as me. They can read it all over your face, bro. You think you're hiding in your brain, but everything in your brain is being written all over your skin. And people ask you, are you all right? They can literally see something's wrong with you. I can feel it. When somebody walks by, I can feel what they're thinking in their head as they walk by me. I can literally hear them say it. Really? Yeah. So I don't want to be around people, bro. Because why? Because they're filled with a lot of nonsense. I said to Morgan today, though, I saw her and she was under the car. We were under there first thing in the morning. I was like, whatever happened between us, I can feel that you feel lighter about this. I was like, you know, I don't know, but I can feel that you feel lighter about it. Just having that conversation lightened her up. She doesn't feel so heavy and so alert, so hung down by, you know, watching her surroundings, and, you know, she didn't feel so heavy. And that's what it is I can feel this stuff. So your senses are something else. As far as the smells, like earlier, I smelt sage. You know what I mean? During the middle of my reading, but there was no sage to be had. Those are also psychic things. It's telling me. It's reminding me by sense, by the senses. You know what I mean? Pretty much. Stuff like that. Alright, so sharpening your five senses. Achieving your basic psychic level. Training your mind to reach psychic levels. Let's see. Basically creating colors, shapes, movements, and then deepening your mental level to your basic psychic operating level. I didn't do any of this. Like I said, I mastered my mind, and then everything else turned on. I mean, I can't even say I did, bro. What happened by the time I went there, when I went to Mother Cabrini's shrine on that day, they had all broken free, and I had lost full control of them. What had happened? The hidden, the shadow came out, I guess, is what they're showing me. Throughout the whole awakening, I had them telling me everything about me. And I had them telling me. But as they were telling me, you know, it was up and it was building up and it was building up. And then what happened was too much, right? So what happened was I tapped in, I was at Red Rocks, and I tapped into my child sexual trauma, and I realized that my mom had a huge role to play in it by some of these memories that came up, the hotel memories. I realized that by then that it wasn't just bad parenting when I was young. When I got older, she was putting me in danger. And I dropped to my knees when I got those memories. The same day I got those memories, my physical world, I was having an argument with Tree about a song that we just released. So my internal world was crashing, and I couldn't handle the physical world of what was happening on the physical. And I tell the story that I'm sitting there in the studio and I completely lose it, and the shadow, which is the beast, comes out and it attacks him, and it pushes everyone away, and I go into a shutdown. After that came out, I had no more control over it. They were all out. Everything was out. And it was like, I was devastated. I was really devastated. And I went up to, Tree was my connection to mushrooms. So he was the way, the mushrooms were the way to keep my pain controllable, bro. Microdosing takes down the edge of the sensitivity levels. That's why they use it for PTSD, where you can go back to these memories and they're not so painful in your skin where you're gonna die. It's still painful, but it takes off the edge of it, dude, the sensitivity to it, to where it's not so killer. So in essence, I had all of my psyche there and nothing to calm it, right? And I had to just live in it, and it was becoming unbearable. And I went to Mother Cabrini's shrine, and I sat there crying next to her door. And then they just stopped. They stopped terrorizing me. Everything just turned off. And I thought it was just a moment. And I sat there in her garden, and I looked upon the fields. And that's my first vision, where I saw all the light workers. I didn't know how to describe it. It's in the videos. I was like, I don't know if they were angels or what they were, but they were all dressed in light. And there was hundreds upon thousands of them, is what I saw happen that moment. And then when I came off the mountain, they never came back on. And it started to become scary. And that's where I started to listen. I stopped listening to my mind, because there was nothing there in my mind. And I started listening to my heart's guidance, and I'd get a feel. That's what I would say. I'm feeling pulled. I'm feeling drawn. I'm guided. Something, I feel a pull towards this, is what I would say. And that's that guiding system. Now, when I would try to go towards that guidance, my brain would turn on with all kinds of fears and worries about what I was about to do. The brain's programming would turn on when I go to act. It tries to stand, or there's certain ways it'll turn on, but as far as it running all day, nah, it never has. It tries to take control and take action, but it doesn't just stay, idling all day. So that's how that's what happened to me. And that's where you start connecting with, after you connect with your own feelings and you're out of your own body and your own feelings, you connect to everything else. And that's where people will see my connection with animals and everything, actually. When you're not working through the mind, you know what I mean? And that's it, the conscious mind. You leave the conscious mind, dude, and you're connected to the cosmic conscious of everything, is what science calls it, with the soul. You become part of the soul. It was something that science has never seen, but I did it. And I have all the videos to prove that I did it. Actually, I deleted a lot of them. When I went looking for them, I was ashamed of a lot of shit. I didn't know what I was doing, bro. I would just get on fucking IG Live and record horrible fucking memories, bro, and terrible incidences in the middle of me trying to start a music career. I looked crazy, bro. I looked like I was having meltdowns, bro. Because I was having them on live. I was doing live videos of absolute fucking trauma meltdowns, bro. Trauma discovery and meltdowns. I didn't know what I was doing. And I would get to these places where I was ashamed, and I would go and delete them. And they're gone. But not all of them, but in the beginning, yeah, bro. And it's crazy, because it's like it only got so much more worse. But in the beginning, yeah, I had to face a lot of really hard ones. And I deleted them because I was embarrassed about that, and I was really embarrassed that people heard that part of me, and I was afraid people would see that later. Not knowing that that was what was needed to be seen, and that, I had nothing to be embarrassed about. That just doing that was it. But again, that's why everybody thought I was crazy. I just started, I had no choice, dude. My mind was crazy, bro. There was too much going on in there, and I had no peace. I just started working through it all the time. And that's all I did was, I kept trying to keep a job, you know what I mean? Then God was finally, and life is all fucked up, and I have no control of my life right now. It was bad, dude. The personalities would take over through the day. I'd wake up in the morning just crying, trying to send out apology letters to everybody, only to turn around and do it later throughout the day. Flare up at people, be triggered, act crazy. When God said I had to give it all I had, then I knew I had to. And it was for my own peace, but I knew that I needed this, dude, that I was really fucked up, dude. And that every time I thought I was okay, more fucked up shit came up. And it just kept coming up, and it just kept coming up, and it just kept coming up. It would never stop. I thought it would stop in like a summer, bro. I thought I could do it in a summer. By January, okay, so I started my awakening by, Bobby woke me up. I really started my awakening by Bobby. It was a week after Labor Day. By January, I knew what I was supposed to do, that this was some healing fucking journey that I was on, and that my twin flame, at that time I knew was Russ. You're going to trigger me, and you're going to help me to heal myself. And I need you to help me do this. And so we started out, you know, as a team, and I'd tell him to do it, and he'd post something, and I'd go ballistic. And I'd come back with that apology and like, all right, do it again. And we started doing that, and I thought I could do it in a summer, bro. I thought I could be done by the summer. And now I look back at, you know, Carl Jung's book, and he took him 6 years. It's like, wow. But I did. I gave it all my time, and that's what I do. I don't sit in my mind anymore because, you know, but and if anything that pops in it, that's what I'm trained to do. I need to know where this came from. It's important because that mind, it locks it away. When it unlocks, no matter what comes out of there, it's important to my development. That's why it's all locked away. I don't go looking for the triggers because of what comes out of there, bro. It hurts. It's harsh and it's painful. I don't try to push this no more. And I beg for them to stop sometimes. It's too much. I think it is. When I'm beat down in the dark, you know what I mean, with these fucked up memories and nobody loves me and how am I ever going to recover and nobody's ever going to accept me for the life that I've had and how can I ever move on knowing that this is my life? You know, that's where my spirit guides are. That's where Pac is. That's where Kobe is. That's where DMX is. That's where Michael Jackson was, bro. They're right there. You're going to get through this. Shorty, keep your head up. Come on. Get up. Get up. You got this. No. We're not being defeated by this thought. You're not going to let this memory destroy you. And that's where I come to you guys with that Kobe Bryant spirit, bro, and with that thug life, and with that fucking, you know what I mean, that fucking vibration of love, because that's what got me here. And that's all I can do is give you what was given to me to get me through this. But I didn't study all this shit my whole life. I fucking studied my mind for 2 years, dude. I mastered that motherfucker. And that's where I got all of these other spiritual abilities. Because I'm no longer the conscious. I'm not the mind, nor the body. I'm the spirit inside of it that understands the body and understands the mind and tries to work with the spirit in all things, but I'm just dealing with people's minds and bodies at this moment. And I have all compassion because I was just like you, nothing more than a shell of a person. And that's what I teach you. But with it comes all this crazy shit too, yeah, bro. People think I talk to the animals, but I don't. I just connect with them, and then later messages come to me of what that connection meant. People think I talk to the fucking aliens. Nah, bro. I can feel a connection in my spine, and then messages come later that I know came from them. This shit that's happening right now is so fucked up with Metatron. I'm not seeing him or talking to him. He's like, I see literally him put his 2 fingers on my head, and all I'm seeing is symbols and shit like this. And I know that this is coming from him. And that's where it is. It's like, that goes back to the telepathy. I wasn't thinking about you. All of a sudden, I'm in a conversation with you. Which means you're having a conversation with me, and you've brought me into this. And that's where you realize, when you're not part of your mind, you're part of the mastermind of all things. And that's kind of where you have to learn a lot of this. And you go through levels of it. The spirit world is probably one of the hardest. It's your first one. Actually, I would say leaving collective conscious is the worst, because you can just hear them. It's like Spider-Man, bro. It's just like Spider-Man. It's just like Superman. You're just sitting on you're sitting on top of the world, listening to it. Listen to all the things they're saying. I'm telling you, it's Professor X. I worked too hard to turn that off, to get out of that collective hearing. And I still can. I can still hear people in their prayers and stuff asking me questions. Like somebody asked me, like I can hear you over everyone. I can hear your question get through the layers of reality to ask me. When people are in deep meditation, they're thinking super duper fucking hard. You know what I mean? Like Wolfman over there. Bro, can you not? There's other ways to connect with me than that. That's disgusting. You know, when they're in that kind of mind state about me. Yeah, I see what you're doing. Don't do that. I'm not there. Stop that. Don't put me in this. Really? Yeah. That's it. It's like you get a thought of a person, right? Were you thinking of that person? And then that person calls you? Because they were thinking about you real hard. You got tapped into their thought process. Like, get the fuck up. What the fuck you thinking about me for? What the fuck you thinking about, Willis? Yeah, those senses. So here's a book to, tap into it. Let me just read through this. Becoming a psychic, visualization, psychic healing. Learning to examine a human body internally by examining your own body. Directions for psychic healing. And that's it. Sex is going to be interesting. I see this in a whole spiritual form, bro. I don't see this a man and a woman. I see this the whole entry of two souls in one. I'm very interested on this. Yeah, the body will feel some type of way. I could sit there and look at the nerve endings of my toes. I'm light stuck in this body. And if you know what I mean? I'm either in my own body and as you're grounded, you're in your center, you're sticking with yourself. Or I allow my soul to like vaporize and be part of everything. And that's really it is. Either be part of everything or part of nothing. It's kind of how it is. And anyway, either way, if I'm part of everything, I can't disconnect from the oneness. I can disconnect from mass consciousness. That's the mastery. But it doesn't matter. I'm still connected in the light. There's nowhere I can go where God and all of the light left me alone yesterday. He let me just be in the, you know what I mean? Be alone with my, just be alone. And that's it. Imagine just a star in the sky. You're just pleased. But, if there's always people up there, you know what I mean, landing on your moon and touching the moon and, like all of that, I don't know. And that goes back to it's like you can't turn it off. You can't run from it. You can find peace after you're done with it. And that's what I do. After I do this, I'll get some peace to myself. But this is, God's Jesus. Clairvoyance. Discuss clairvoyance and prophecy. 4 divination exercises to test the development of clairvoyance abilities. Let's talk about that in chapter 10. And then they got telepathy. What is this? Psychometry. Information by physically touching objects. Oh yeah, that too. That's why I like to go to thrift stores and stuff. Everything is a Horcrux. What does that mean? It's the only word I know how to explain from Harry Potter. Everything has a soul to it. It has memories. It has life. It was created with life, and people give it life, and it carries a code. It carries a symbol. It carries a story. Everything carries a story on it. Astral travel, the breach of time, communication with people, how to deal with people using your psychic level. That's never good. Communication with entities, how to communicate with entities. All right, it just happens. Communication with animals. Your warning system, how to program and use your psychic warning mechanism for your safety and well-being. And that's it. Your feelings, bro. Gut feelings. Go with your gut. What is my warning system? It tells me no. It's very simple. I don't feel this. Really? That's simple, bro. All day, I spent 2 days trying to get ready to do laundry. She patched up my shit. I woke up from fucking my nap and said, I don't feel it. We're not doing it. That simple? That fucking simple. I don't need to explain why. I don't need to explain my feelings. I just go with them. Some of them I'll take the time to explain to you. That one I don't. When it's a no, it's a no, and I don't need to explain why it's a no. I feel it. It's a fucking no. And I always teach people, if I get that fucking feeling in the middle of the fucking night, I wake up anytime. They wake me up all the fucking time. And they say, it's time to go. Pack now. We go. And you don't ask me questions. You don't question my fucking connection. You don't question my feelings. My feelings are my connection to the divine. I know they're too much for you, but they're just enough to get me connected to all things that is. And I can't turn them down because they're too much for you. I have to keep them up there like that. And yeah, those high vibrational feelings is what keeps me to the divine, but you must understand that when I have a personal emotion, it comes at that high vibration too. I have to keep it spikes just as high. The great part about my emotional awareness is that I can deal with every emotion. I just need a few moments or an hour or two. You don't have to worry about me being over emotional, because you know I can handle any emotion that comes at me. My level of emotional maturity is beyond that of the human consciousness, because I have to go with every emotion. Those are your senses. Things feel. All those feelings. I'm a light. Have you ever seen those? They have them at like Spencer's. It's like a bulb, and then there's a light, and if you touch the bulb, it like catches your electricity and stuff. That's me. That's me. Right? So the warning system is that. It's my feelings. I don't need to know. I can feel it. Psychic traffic control. How to use your psychic mind to move vehicles out of your way in a safe manner while driving the interstate. I do that all the time, and that's what I told her. She's like, you got to make it through 3 lights. I was like, I can control the lights. She's like, really? Yeah, I can control the lights. Really? Yes. Always, pretty much. Unless, you know, there's specific ones that want me to stop there. There's specific ones that want me to stop there. It's about a stop at the crossroad. Those ones I don't control. I understand that. I'm meant to stop here. It doesn't matter. It's not on a timer. When it feels me approaching, it's going to have me stop at this road so that it connects and it'll change my mind. At a stoplight, think about it. You're going down a 50 mile an hour, and then all of a sudden there's a stoplight. And you stop. You go into a complete stop, no matter if anyone's there or not. You have just changed your flow. And now a different flow is going to happen. Because now you're aware. You have to blink your eyes. You're in a different state of mind. There are specific lights that make me stop there, and that's because it's a stop. It's a restart. It's a flag point. Really? I'm telling you, I drive all over this state. There are specific lights that no matter what I'm doing, they're going to stop me every time I approach that fucking light. Why? Changes my mind. They give me a download. There's something there that was before this light was there. It's a fucking portal. It's a fucking ley line is what I call them. Psychic wake-up calls. How to set your psychic clock. I mean, mine is set for all kinds of crazy hours. 4 o'clock, 3 o'clock, stupid shit. Finding a parking space. How to use your psychic. Yeah, dude, I talked about that. I have this great video. The last time I went into downtown, I have this great ass video. I'm like, guys, the best of my abilities is finding front row parking, and down they just open up for me. Why? Because they roll out the red carpet. Are you serious? Yeah, watch. Go get in the car with me and watch it. It's great. We always have front row parking. You can ask my kids. It happens all the time. What is this? No dozing control. Improve skill improvement, reading, studying, and a summary. Alright, so that was just chapters, and then we've got smell to the sky. I look straight to the sky and I feel the air, to feel what is in the energy. What's outside is not inside yet. It hasn't made itself inside the building yet. We go outside, it's a different energy. It's the first thing I do. Every time I step outside, I look up into the sky, and I look around and I feel the energy. And that's what I'm guided by. Let's see, basic colors, deep relaxation, achieving chalkboard. Oh yeah, we were going to go to chapter 10. What was that? Clairvoyance. Oh, I went to telepathy. Communication Communication through means other than senses as by an exercise of mystical powers. If you don't question the thought that's in your head, then you know it's the truth. I have strong telepathy with... Okay. Russ can pick up my energetic field, but he can't communicate with me through telepathy. That's why he has to spend all that time on the internet. Marshall and I can communicate through telepathy. Not fully, but pretty damn close. In the essence, I have our hearts. Meaning, I can ask him a question and stay quiet, and I can hear his response within me, and I can continue the conversation. And then I can ask him a question, I can hear his response, and continue the conversation without him fully responding. Right? I can feel the sense I can feel the sense of the conversation as it's flowing and going. Really? Yeah. Totally. In the sense of, we could sit there and just have a full-ass conversation looking in each other's eyes at the room. And you do that with your friends too. Somebody will say something, and you guys just look at each other. And you know. And that's it. That's that telepathy. Right? So, I could do the same thing at any time. I could sit across from a person and put a thought in their head. I can say something to them without saying anything to them. And they'll look at me because they'll hear it. But they'll question whether that was their imagination. And then they lose the conversation. I know they hear me because they look at me. I know they heard me because they look straight at me when I say it to their heart. But they don't know how to respond. They just look at me. Like, did you say something? And I just stay quiet. Are you playing mind games? Only sometimes. Only sometimes. Mind reading. To detect what is in someone's mind by using mystical powers. Mind reading is a subset of telepathy and will be discussed here as a part of telepathy. Telepathy is an act of mentally receiving information from or sending information to someone's mind. And that's it. Your body's giving it off, but your face especially your eyes. Your eyes are the window to the soul. I can read it all through your eyes. We can have full-on conversations, and that's how the conversations are with animals. Let me get to this. I saw that pop up, and that's where this whole thing started. Where was that? Skill improvement, finding a parking place. You're like, I want to know how to do that. Traffic control. Traffic control. Here it goes. Listen. Animals only function at those states that we call our altered states. They do not have beta states of awareness. Therefore, it is easy to communicate with them. If you are a pet lover, you do it all the time, whether you know it or not. Really skilled animal trainers do their work at a psychic level. And then it goes on to tell some exercises. Exercise 33, animal communication. On page 7, on chapter 17, this is speaking to someone. Is this you? You want to be the dog whisperer or something? Anyways, listen. Go to your basic psychic level with eyes open or closed, depending on the circumstance. Visualize the animal, if not in your immediate view. If the animal has a name, mentally call it out in a gentle, friendly manner. She's looking right now. I have this connection with my son, real tight. My son, yeah, real tight. I can be somewhere else and call him, and he'll come running. He'll know. What do you feel? He can't hear me. Hey, you! With the face and the hair. He's got my headphones on. He can't hear me. But I can do that especially with him. He can hear me calling him. I can hear him, too. I can hear him when he's about to call me. I'm like, CJ's worried about me. I can feel it. And then he'll call me. Where are you? When are you coming? For real? Yeah. Let's see. Why? Because he's on that low beta level. Just kidding. If you wish to, whatever. If the animal does not have a name, just call out a description such as the cow belonging to Miss Brown that is lost. Oh yeah, there's that too. And that's how I'd be connected. Where's Lewis at? Let me send a little... Just kidding, I'm fucking with you, Lewis. Tell the animal, I love you, I respect you, and I'm your friend, and I will not harm you in any way. Then tell the animal what you want it to do. Don't. That's coercion. Alright, I'm not playing around with this. Just don't fuck with the animals. That wasn't fun. Never mind. We're in chapter 11, telepathy. Well, don't fuck with the animals. Let's go do mind control on the people. Alright, that's not cool. Telepathy may be spontaneous or it may be deliberate. Perhaps your spouse falls down the stairs at home and is injured and unable to move, and he or she calls help, either mentally or out loud. At work, you hear the plea in your mind. You know something is wrong, so you rush home and you're able to help your mate. That is an example of spontaneous telepathy. Your minds made a connection in an inexplicable means. These things happen every day all over the world. Deliberate telepathy occurs when you and another person intentionally transmit mental messages to each other. You can train your mind by deliberately participating with others using a deck of cards. Alright, and then it tells you how to do some training on that on exercise 23 on page 1, 22, and 23. So there's all these exercises to, do that shit. I didn't, and that's what pisses people off. They studied it their whole lives. The problem is they didn't apply it. There's priests that studied Christ their whole life. The problem is you didn't apply it. There's people that studied Buddha their whole life. The problem is you didn't apply it. There's people that studied fucking psychology their whole life. The problem is you're not applying it. Science, medicine, all of this. You know it, but you don't apply it. Put myself back in my little meditation here. It's your heart. That's how it all starts. It all starts in your heart. Answering the calling of your heart and working through your thoughts that stand in your way is how I did this. It started with something simplistic, that I wanted to talk to this man, but my mind wouldn't let me. And I had to work through my thoughts to make it happen. And that's the twin flame journey. I had to break my pride and work and go against my programming to love another. And doing that, I didn't just learn how to love that person. I learned how to love myself and have love for all others. When you operate through love, you're connected to all things. A hater is only connected to other haters. Love connects to all things. So, you become a higher vibrational being by working through your low vibrational emotions. And you stay in these states of consciousness. I don't feel that way. I don't think that way, and I don't feel that way. Doesn't mean I don't know where you're coming from. I can get where you're coming from and why you feel this way. I just don't resonate with that anymore because I have worked through those lower feelings. And I'm here to teach you how to work through them too. Because I have already done this. Sending Master Lilith at your disposal. And so, when you guys start following your heart, you'll break free of your karma. Your mind keeps you locked in your karma. It tells you have to be that your suffering is justified. It's not by God. God didn't ask you to suffer. He asked you to be free. And that's where the difference is when you start walking in faith instead of fear. In His understanding and what He wants in your life rather than what people think you should be doing with your fucking life. They think that you should be suffering. They think that you should be toiling and worrying and stressed and chasing and obsessing. They think that's what I should be doing with my life. You do that with yours, and I'll do my life by God, and we'll see who has a more prosperous life. Your money doesn't make you happy. It doesn't even make you feel safe. It makes you feel powerful. But it has only to people that look at it as powerful. Your money doesn't make you powerful to me. your healing, your heart, your authenticity, your trials, your tribulations, your truth makes you powerful to me. How many of you walk in any of that? Alright then. Don't expect me to respect you if you don't walk in the honor of respect. You want power and control over what? The ability to have finances? If you're so powerful and you have such control and such finances, then how come you can't be helpful? That's a person I respect. A person that's giving. It's Christ-like. I saw something today and I didn't post it because you never know if it's real with this AI shit. It said that rumors were that Marshall gave up $5 million to the Texas floods. You saw that? Yeah, I saw it, but I didn't know if it was true. And when I went to Google it, it said that they had, AI said that it had saw it too, but it also said that it brought up 2017, where he was a huge part of hurricane whatever, the hurricane relief. He had donated a lot of money to that too. So even if he didn't go and give a helping hand today, he's always given a helping hand. And he's there when he can, when he feels called to it. He doesn't feel called to every fucking, to everybody's problems, but he's there as a helping hand. And that's good to know. And again, it's not about being prized for it and, a big ribbon cutting a ceremony that I did this for somebody, other than the fact that I did what God called me to do, and that's good enough. And that's what it is. Honor the calling in your heart is where this all starts. And you get all these crazy psychic abilities too. It's already been an hour and 7 minutes. I really just wanted to know what was going on in the energy. We're in June, July. Let me just see if there's anything, because I really wanted to know. Saturn-Neptune conjunction on the 29th. Let's see. Neptune goes retrograde till December 10th. The full moon in Capricorn, July 10th, is characterized by the sense of ambition, discipline, and practicality. Capricorn is the earth sign known for its strong work ethic and determination. During this lunar phase, you may feel a heightened drive to achieve your goals and take on responsibilities with a focused mindset. This moon will help encourage you to be more organized, diligent, and goal-orientated. It may also bring about a desire for recognition and success. To celebrate the full moon in Capricorn, one can engage in rituals or practices that align with these themes. It's a perfect time to set intentions for the coming months. That's what I got out of my earlier videos, was all about setting intentions, manifesting, particularly in terms of career advancement or long-term goals. Write out a structured plan or strategy to achieve these objects and burn it under the light of the full moon to amplify your ambition, career success, and financial stability. Try working with crystals like black tourmaline for grounding and protection, or malachite for ambition, focus, and prosperity. Essential oils such as cypress, oak moss, or vetiver can provide stability and promote focus during this ritual or meditation. Mercury goes retrograde July 18th until August 11th. Jesus. The retrograde will likely see communication mishaps relevant to ego and selfishness. During this time, be sure to make empowered decisions that allow you to radiate light without snuffing out others. The energy of the new moon in Leo on July 24th is vibrant, passionate, and full of creativity. Leo is ruled by the sun, bringing fiery and confident energy that encourages self-expression and individuality. And that's what we said, let your freak flag fly. This celestial event is an opportune time, and this is her time to shine. Marilyn Monroe, she's the Leo. To harness the power of the new moon, consider performing a ritual or spell to boost confidence and creative expression. Begin by finding a quiet place and you can connect with your intentions. Light a candle in the color associated with Leo, such as gold or orange, to symbolize the radiant energy of this sign. Take a moment to reflect on what areas of your life could benefit from increased confidence or self-assurance. Write down your desire or goal on a piece of paper, focusing on how you want to shine brightly like the sun. I'm going to stop this because we'll read it again before it happens, but we do have the full moon coming up this week. We have the 7-7 portal tomorrow, and then the 7-11 with the full moon. And then Mercury retrograde. There's a lot going on here. There's a lot. I knew it was. What do? We ride the wave, guys. We ride the wave. As far as honoring your individuality and self-confidence, Marilyn, Thelma, had a beautiful story. Thelma was she was set to be somebody at 16. Her life was done. Her life was done. She went against the norm. And she got divorced. And she became, an actress and all that stuff. She really wore the scarlet letter. She wasn't like her peers. She wasn't a thin girl. She was thick and voluptuous. She was outspoken. She wasn't quiet and reserved. She wasn't primed like women were back then. They were critiqued in such a way that they went to, they went to fucking, schools for this shit. She went against all of it. Just being her opened opportunities to where, yeah, she was sleeping with the president. She went from that weak-ass marriage that they tried to give her at 16 to sleeping with our country's leaders, which got her life taken. But in essence, it's like she didn't know. She fucked her way to the top. She said, fuck that. Fuck that. Fuck that. She wasn't going to take the love that was given to her. She wanted all the love. And she had all the love. And that's what it is. She had to fight. She had to fight. You know what I mean? Everything. She was one of the first. You did not do that. You did not get divorced. You did not go against the laws of God and the laws of man. You are not that woman. You are not allowed to be that woman. Amen. There's no other woman like her. She was a Lilith. And then again, you know what I mean? She could have accepted his love than the world when she wouldn't have, you know what I mean? Just imagine if she would have accepted her fate. We wouldn't have this beautiful woman in history to talk about today. If she would have just accepted the fucking cards that she was dealt. She fought for her fucking freedom. She fought for her independence. She fought to be different. She was everything that any woman wasn't. And she changed the mold of what a woman was. What a woman could be. Really? Mm-hmm. And I just want to point out, she definitely was all in fucking Marshall's DM singing happy birthday to Mr. President to that guy. She likes you. All my guides do. They love Marshall. That's what that is you're gonna have to, let your freak flag fly. Just be you. Stop trying to be what they want and be what God wants. He just wants you to love you. And going back to it, Marshall, in the essence, if we're not made for each other, then it's a good thing to know that there is someone made for us. And God loves us just the way that we are. And it gives me peace knowing that I'm not the only one like this. That there's someone out there like me. And that we're fighting our own battles, but our own battles are just to be better versions of us. And that's good enough. You know what I mean? These twin flames, they want something tangible. They want something they can possess. They want something that they can hold on to and they can say is theirs. I have a soul outside of me that's just like me. that there's only 2 of us that God ever made. That's good enough for me. I don't have to own him because he's just like me, and we don't want to be possessed by nothing. We're not out to be controlled. We're uncontrollable. That gives me peace. You know what I mean? I'm not searching outside of myself for something like me when I know there is something like me. And I don't need him or something outside of me to complete me. Knowing that there is something created like me gives me peace. But in the essence, there's nothing fully like me. And anybody that can relate to Marshall can relate to a chick like me. And that gives me peace. Any of my people that can relate to me can relate to Marshall. And that's because we are all alike in some way. And God loves all of us in our likeness. All of us are a likeness of God, a side of God that most people don't fully understand. But we're all created in his image. And if you really want to break it down, Marshall was created in the image of a goddess, the most powerful goddess that ever was, a god amongst himself, but equal to the goddess. And that's pretty fucking powerful right there. And I enjoy that. You know, when I was sitting there with this whole third-party bullshit, and it's like, I ain't trying to be part of none of your guys' bullshit, bro. I don't even like you guys like that. Like, you don't even get me. If I was to fight, it would be to fight for something that, you know what I mean, that meant something. And that's where it is. It's like, I was fighting for your happiness, bro, not mine. I mean, don't get me wrong, I enjoy the time I give you, but I'm happy with or without you. I was fighting for your happinesses. And that's where it goes back to Marshall. I'm fighting for his happiness, with or without him. And I accepted that a long time ago. It's like, I don't have to have you to be happy with you. You don't have to play that role in my bed to be happy knowing that there's a soul out there like me. I don't have to share all of my bedtime stories with you, though, either, if you're not that person. Why'd you tell him? Hey, Marshall Bobby asked me that. He said, why did you tell him? Because he's my friend, and I can tell him anything. Do you have a friend that you told? Do you have someone that you can tell everything to that won't judge you? I bet you do. Well, so do I. Don't be a hater. We all need a friend like that we can tell all of our deepest, darkest secrets to and not feel ashamed, but feel safe and seen and heard and understood. That's what you guys are searching for in another person. I have that. I have that in quite a few people, to be honest. I can go over and say whatever the fuck I want. That's it too. Going back to all my twin flames. Like Bobby, Russ, Allie, like they ain't gonna forgive me. Your unforgiving ass. Go ahead with your unforgiving ass. Like I ain't done forgave you for some shit. Fine, just be unforgiving. I don't care. That's your problem, not mine. I don't live in the unforgiveness towards you. I live in the irritation that you're still annoying. Oh, there's my doggy. My doggy wants to go outside. That's my Nana. She's doing the cool little thing. With that being said, yeah, you gotta work through your mind before you can work through your spirit, and you're gonna have to fight the battles of the people that God put in your play into your life, which are your karma. Karmic family members, karmic jobs, karmic contracts, karmic lovers. It's your karma, bro. You're learning really hard lessons, but when you're done learned your lesson, you will one day walk away. And that's what it was. It's like Russ doesn't walk away. He's happy, snappy in his bullshit. All right, well, if you're not walking away, I'm walking away. And you can't be mad at me for walking away from your happiness. You said you were happy. There's no need for me to be part of this bullshit. Nana, I love you so much. You're so snuggly. Does your dog do that? My dog makes these weird, you hear her? She makes those, like, snorty noises like a freaking, like a pug. When you get all cuddly with her, when you start scratching her, she starts making all these, like, it's almost like purring noises, I suppose. I love my dog. I love my dog. It's like, do I want to tell you about the spirit inside of my dog? Just kidding. Reincarnation. Better be careful what you come back as. I know. Let's go. I'll take you out. I always took care of it. So yeah, it all starts with working through your thoughts and your feelings. I can teach you all these wonderful things, but what I teach you is the most important, is to work through your thoughts and your feelings, bro. All this other shit, you can't access this shit because you got all these thoughts and feelings to work through. But there's new people that are coming in, and they're working through theirs. It's hard work. It's hard work. It's going to be a never-ending battle, like I told Bieber. The marathon continues. As soon as you get done with this, you got more work to do, buddy. You got a lifetime of work to do. Let's get to work. Why? Because this is what we were made for. We're not here to work for other people. We're here to work for God and work on ourselves. No, we're here to make, America great. We're supposed to make ourselves, our children's and our fucking children's lives great by fixing the fucking shit that runs through our blood that doesn't make our lives so great. We're supposed to break the poverty lines, the fucking addiction, the fucking abuse, the fucking codependency, the insecurities, the fears. Right? Right. Well, with that being said, I love you guys. I'll catch you for Moon Day. I have no idea what tomorrow will bring. Why? Because it's a fucking new portal. It'll bring new energy. Hey, I love you. Laters. Bye.